Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I am Natalie and I am here to do the monthly reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of September of this incredible year 2020. Let's get your shuffle started here. Let's see what we can do. Let's bring up some good stuff for Capricorn. Capricorns. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck right here. Cards are stiffening on me. Come on now. Come on. I'm going to cut the deck. Confirm with Lilith that these are indeed your cards. And I'll bring this down so you can watch your spread being laid. Okay, of the top 5 cards as the deck is standing, the cards that are meant for this September 2020 monthly reading, free, generic, public reading for the sign of Capricorn. Of the top 5 cards, the cards that are going to represent the Capricorn sign in this reading for the month of September 2020. Yeah, she's wide awake. Wide awake. Good. Wonderful. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love that swing. Thank you very much. Thank you. 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 Here we go. Your overall energy for the month of September, Capricorn. The 9 of Swords. Anxiety. Number 2, wealth and finances. 5 of Swords and conflict. The readings this month, other than the exception of the one I just did for Sagittarius, they had a very good reading. The rest are a lot like this. They're not good. Oh my God. Hearth and home, your intimates, your relationships. The Page of Swords. And if that wasn't already challenging enough, now we're hitting the challenging in the blocks sector. We've got the Hermit. He's all about contemplation. Final card, not the least, is your message from Spirit, and it is the 2 of Swords at a crossroad. Isn't that something? Look at this. Look at this, Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Look at the scorp. Look, the swords. 4 swords and 1 major arcana. This is unbelievable. Capricorn, 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 what the hell is going on for you for September? The 9 of Swords, the anxiety card of tarot, is what it is. It shows sleepless nights, waking up at 3 a.m. Maybe you've been asleep and maybe you're waking up at like 3 a.m. and then you can't get back to sleep. You find yourself sitting on the edge of your bed with your chin in your hands, your elbows on your knees, and feeling flushed as you have thoughts of anxiety that you're under, and you know you have to make a change, you know you have to do something, but you're afraid and you really don't know what to do. And it's affecting your blood pressure, bringing it up, giving you that flushed appearance, stomach aches even for some of you. stress, stomach aches, headaches, backaches, not enough sleep, and a lot of stress kind of a thing going on there. All right. I'm going to put the camera back up. You guys don't need to sit and stare at that. That's just all negative stuff. So, let me get out the generic side of your Nine of Swords here. Gosh almighty. What's one of my least favorite cards? I used to be terrified of it. I'm not terrified anymore. Excuse me. A little sip of tea here. A moment. Okay. This card is revealing trouble beneath the surface that is often expressed through dreams and nightmares. What is eating you up? You may be anxious due to pressure, due to overwork, relationships, or family issues, or anxiety, and I hope this isn't true, but it could be a pattern for you as a worrier. Some people are natural worriers. They worry about everything, all that's where their head just goes. Let's hope you're not one of those. On a physical level, it can show someone not sleeping well due to stress and due to overthinking. The advice of the card, what ties you up at 3 a.m. looks really a lot smaller in the light of day. That's usually the case. Try to keep personal perspective when negative thoughts get in the way. Keep your perspective. Negative thoughts, don't let them in. Those are just doubt taking another form. That's all it is. Self-doubt. Keywords are panic attacks, fear, guilt, insomnia, nightmare, stress, and a mental overload. Okay? Something's on my deck. I can hear it. I just heard it sniff too. Probably a coon. Ah, Jesus, I'm seeing things. Anyways, here we go. Feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, of your world. Feeling like that maybe not everything is as it should be. There's still things for you during the month of September that aren't fitting in the proper spot, proper angle. It's just not, things aren't fitting together like a puzzle for you. It's taking some work, some patience, determination, endurance, and all of these things. You're not going to be stuck there forever. Just know that you're not going to be stuck there forever at all. These are things that will come to pass. So, wow. Challenging times. We haven't got to the challenging sector yet, but they're challenging times for you. Or you're creating, excuse me, for those of you that are natural worriers and you worry about you're bringing all this crap into your life. You're inviting it in. You're leaving yourself open because you need to prove yourself right and say, see, I told you, I just knew this. I just knew this. And the chances are pretty good that you drew this in. It didn't come in on its own. Whatever this is. For you, it's different for everybody. Life doesn't have to be as rough as what September is going to be. There has to be some lessons learned from this on perspective, reality, keeping yourself grounded, living in the now a lot more than looking in the future trying to predict things. And really you're calling things in. There's a big lesson there, a big learning curve for some of you Capricorn. And you can sometimes, Capricorns can be real quick. And laying blame on other people. I've seen that. Alright? More than once, more than one Capricorn. You know. Their tempers get the best of them. Don't let your temper get the best of you. It's time to mature a little bit. Remember, general reading. that'll hit home with you or won't hit at all. So don't anybody take any of this as a personal insult, please, because I won't entertain the argument with you. I just won't. But most Capricorns are, they get high strung like that. Boom. They can be fine 1 minute and boom. And under 2 minutes, their head is exploding with anger and frustration. Sometimes that's good for people. It releases a lot of toxins and that kind of a thing. You get it off your chest, off your shoulders, off your mind, your brain, your heart. Get it off. And it can get explosive when you're dealing with those parts of the human anatomy. All right, the things you can't see or touch or smell or taste. But boy, they're there because you're feeling it, you know? In some cases, for some, it's good. Some cases, for some, it's not good. Not one little bit. It depends who you are and how the card hits you. You know, the best thing you can do to relieve that extreme frustration within you that's just boiling over the top is to find somebody you can confide in. Someone that can be your sounding board. Someone that will let you spout off, will let you cry, let you scream, let you swear, let you holler. Because you're allowing them to spill it out, right? The other person, I should say, is allowing you to spill it out onto them. And that'll put a stop to the nightmares, the sleepless nights. It'll put a stop to the tummy aches, the headaches, the backaches, all caused from stress. There was something else that slipped right out of my hands. Maybe it wasn't meant for you guys then. But that's that anyways. You got to get on top of the things that set you off. You got to be in full control. Only you. Nobody else can do that for you. But if you work on that, it's going to make things lighter and better for you. All right. So the next card within your finances and wealth. I told you I don't like fives. It's the Five of Swords. Conflict. Conflict. Alrighty, Aphrodite. I don't like all these swords. You're in for a bit of a bumpy ride. I would have to say for you, Capricorn. That's why you got to be the one in control. If you're going to be going through a hard time, at least be at your own driver's seat, your own driver's wheel. So you have some say and some control over which way things turn. An argument or another conflict is going to leave you feeling battle-worn, feeling small. This is because someone you've trusted has, and it come out of left field like a sucker punch. They've been cruel to you, unkind, and for some of you maybe even devious. It's wounded your relationship deeply. This could even be a business relationship. Either way, something's being ruined. It could be romance out of jealousy or a need for power coming from other people towards you. This card can also reveal communication problems within the closest people in your life, like your family. Even hurtful opposition coming from those that you've given 100% trust to. Now they feel like they're going against you. It doesn't sit well with you. And you're being unfairly overruled and ignored. You have to ask yourself why, and ask them why. What's going on? Why is everybody against me? If you're feeling that way, come out and start asking everybody, one at a time, face to face. The advice for the things you believe in very, 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 very strongly, and you feel passionate about it, and you feel your heartbeat race a little bit, things like that. If you believe in them, you support them, you've created them even, then you need to stand your ground if anybody comes and tries to push you over or push over your creation. Flag it off to the left. Ignore it. Don't respect it. Don't ignore anybody like that. You need to stand your ground and say, Hello. Hell friggin' oh. What do you think you're saying and doing? You need to stand your ground against some people to show how serious you are about what it is that you're upholding, supporting, and protecting. You don't even need to respond to anybody if they're kind of aggressive with you. You don't have to respond aggressively. But do be assertive. Just don't retreat. Don't back up. Don't back away. Don't abandon. All right? Be assertive by standing your ground and say, I'm not moving on this. I'm not going to move. I've made my decision on something and I'm not going to change it because I believe in the decision I made. So it may take a little bit of wherewithal, but Capricorns, you guys have all that. You guys don't back down when you don't want to back down. And this is one of those times coming around. You'll be challenged by it. It may unnerve you a little bit. But as long as you stand your ground, everything will be okay. And you've got what that takes, Capricorn. That's what you're made of. Matter of fact, deep down inside, you kind of love a challenge like this. So you can show some people what you're really made of. And based on that right there, you're never giving in. You're never giving up. You're never turning away. And good for you. The advice, go with the flow of life. And for any changes that are coming your way, there's no need to resist any of the changes. Accept them and move along with them. Your keywords are journeys and moving on. Immigration, a safe haven, which is a blessing for you. You're finding peace and resolution and protection as well. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. Really, yes, some of you could have some financial stumbles going on. I think most of the world is right now. We're all suffering together that way. People are running out of money. They're running out of resources. Some people are getting called back to work because they've been reopening places, schools, businesses, you know, this sort of thing. Although a lot of the businesses got very creative and they endured this pandemic and the quarantine, the lockdown, the social distancing, they just changed the way they ran their store so that they only would let one person at a time in some of the drugstores. The rest was a big lineup. Only one person at a time would come in. When that person checked out, they brought in someone. They went to the extreme. But anyway, some of you maybe have a feeling of devastation. But again, this is more of a preconceived worry. You're not there yet. Don't live your life as if you're already there. Because if you actually end up there, that's going to be enough in itself. Why would you live an unpleasant aspect of your life or go through an unpleasant time longer than you have to? So until you actually have to face it, stop putting yourself there. Stop being a worrier over preconceived notions. Don't do that to yourself. All right? Because later you'll find out you'll feel foolish for the thoughts you had and what you assumed was going to happen and didn't, which is a huge relief, but kind of embarrassing at the same time, right? So, the next card we have in your hearth and your home, and this is not good for some, is the Page of Swords. He represents a nasty business, gossip. This is close to home. It's hitting very close to home for you, all right? So, another one of my least favorite cards, I can tell you that. Oh, God. He's self-serving. This guy, to recognize who this could be in your life, it could be female as well, but more likely 30-ish person, male, normally. And they love being the center of attention. There's one character trait right there. If you know, somebody loves being the center of attention all the time, no matter where you go, right? They've got the gift of attraction, you might say. And people see them and people think, oh, what a sweet, sweet young man. What a sweet young man. He's got the pearly white smiles and the sparkling eyes. beautiful glow about him. People love him, except for those that know him. He may be coming into some of your lives here. All right? Be careful what you say. The ears are going to have walls. That's all you need to know. Be careful what you say, how loud you say, and who you say it to, and where you say it at. Be very, very discreet. All right? Especially because he is trying to get something on you to defame you among coworkers, family, friends, this sort of a thing. A lot of jealousy there. A lot. He comes from a place of hungry for power. You are his victim. A young person or a person who is young at heart has a secret agenda. This may take the form of gossip or even slander against you. Although this page often appears witty and charming, they thrive on attention, and they're self-interested and they're underhanded. The card can also show a legal matter for some. It could be a complaint at work or the need to sign a contract or some other document, so that could happen for some of you. The advice: be precise in all your verbal and written communications so that you cannot be misunderstood. Speak with pure clarity. Complaints, keywords: complaints and bitchiness, backchat, backstabbing, cutting words, legal issues, paperwork. Watch your paperwork so that nothing goes wrong on that end as well. I don't like spending a lot of time on these cards with negative connotations. I really don't. You just need to be aware. You need to be aware. All right? Watch what you say. Be discreet at all times when you're having conversations. And boys, you better start shaking in your boots. If you turn around and you speak with somebody about something, and you turn and you just catch a glimpse of him, he heard every word you said, you better prepare your defense because you're going to need it. The next card we're looking at here is the Hermit. Contemplation is the key word. He's deeply in contemplation. Very much at peace around himself as well. Look at the jellyfish that are hanging around him. And he's not afraid. He sits there calmly. He's protected. They're not going to bother him. It's just that simple. That's like life. People will not bother you in your place of contemplation. This is getting to know yourself on a deep level. You're not going to be stuck there forever. For some, maybe have a fear of being alone that cannot handle being. You're not going to be alone forever. You're not. Not to worry about that at all. But you need to take this time to go inward and analyze yourself to see what you're made of, and maybe learn something new about yourself as well. Reflection and quiet time are going to be important for you now, Capricorn. You may need to study or contemplate or simply spend their time alone to process everything that's happened recently. This may be a welcome retreat for you, or you may feel lonely depending on your circumstances. However you experience the Hermit's solitary influence, know that you're being guided by your own inner light. You won't get lost in your thoughts, and you won't be alone forever. And another meaning of this card is distancing yourself from certain relationships that may be overwhelming for you. All right? The advice: try not to resist aloneness. When that time comes and you know you need some alone time, take it. Because it's going to give you time for contemplation and healing and to find the answers that you need and to even know yourself more deeply than ever before. Could be parts of yourself you haven't met yet. Keywords: thought, retreat, travel, inner journeys, solitude, seclusion. But there's protection, and that's a beautiful thing. And when you go through extremes, that's what brings these things about. Where you may learn some things about yourself. And, oh, whoa, I didn't think I had that in me. Little things like that, those moments. I didn't know I could do that. I really didn't think I had that in me. Something you've said or done, or some kind of action that you've taken. So, That will be your challenge, is seeing yourself for who you really are, but taking the time. Just that in itself, just making and taking that time for you. You may try to avoid that. You may try to, I don't need to do that. Yes, you do. Take it from me, you truly, truly do. Your last card, your fifth card here, another Swords. Isn't that an incredible reading? Just incredible. You're at a crossroads here with this card. Now, if you look at the Swords, they appear to be equal. They're identical because they are equal in their power. All right? But there's only one that you can pick, only one that you can take. Which one are you going to do? They're both identical. What are you going to do, right? Well, not really. It just looks that way. So, oh my. You're at a crossroads with this card. There's a decision that has to be made. The two crossed swords, they signify tension and indecision. Shows you're locked in conflict, as the two swords are. They cross each other, they're in conflict. And neither side can win, because their power appears to be equal. The situation may or may not be of your own making. Your perspective is blocked at this time. You need to give your head a shake. All right? There's little obvious, there's an obvious clue that you're probably not seeing because your perspective is blocked. You need to clear the way, all right? And then that helps. The advice of the card for you, when you find yourself up against a wall like this, or you just can't make a decision, you need to look again. Take a fresh angle. So walk away from it for a bit and then come back to it. Any action or decision is going to be better than none at all. You cannot just walk away and not take a choice. It's one or the other. This is a great opportunity for a breakthrough in your thinking, all right? Keywords are doubt and uncertainty, stalemate, indecision, being stuck, disconnection, and blocks. And every time I get this card, I get the same message over and over. Making a choice between these two, you won't make a wrong choice. It's not about making the right choice or the wrong choice. It's about you making the choice that fits you the best. And there could be one hair of a difference, and you're on the fence. You're either going to go this way or this way. All right? And then you'll follow through with the rest after that. But there's probably an obvious clue you're not seeing because you've been looking at it for too long. You're over focusing, overlook. Take a break, go away, preoccupy your mind with something else, come back and look again. It could be boing, right in your face. And you say, that's the deal breaker. That's the decision. I'm going with that. And you'll be greatly relieved by that as well. You're going to make the right choice that's going to fit you best. All right, so that was your reading. That was your reading, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. All right, make sure that everything that you do in your life, every way, every shape, every form, every emotion, every feeling, every thought, the universe knows individually what you're all about. You can't fool the universe. You fool some of the people some of the time, but you never fool the creator or the universe. So you need to stay true to yourself so that you remain true to the universe as well. All right? Keep your integrity in front of you to lead you through, to keep you on the straight and narrow in a spiritual way. All right? So you're doing this right. Be honest with the universe. Even though it knows, it still will take up and sit up and take notice because you took the action. Just say to them, you know, what needs to be said. You didn't have a drug out of you, kind of a thing. If you haven't joined the channel yet, please do hit the notification bell beside the subscription. But that's no guarantee that you'll get notified if Bea Fundy Fortunes posts anything new. Normally we're live with the exception of tonight. I'll try to figure it out tomorrow. Anyways, because we always post live. The beauty is, if you are on Facebook, why don't you hop over and give us a visit? We're under Bea Fundy Fortunes, F-U-N-D-Y. All right? Everything has to be pre-approved in there because it's a private group and it's closed to the general public. Nobody can come in or see unless you go through the channels of joining the group. All right? We're international. We're global. We cover all parts of the world. No religion of any kind is allowed, no politics of any kind. This is even ground for everybody to feel comfortable in as we come together as a beautiful spiritual tribe. People full of people like me and like you too, or you wouldn't be here. So, yeah. So please, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit a like if you can. I never asked anybody else for that. Just you guys so far. And try to enjoy the rest of summer. Summer ends September 21st. Make the most. Make this your last hurrah. Make this the big bang of summer for the last month before we roll into the fall months. And temperatures are going to chill and all kinds of stuff like that. So thank you so much for being here from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you all very much. And I'm wishing you one hell of a bang up summer for the rest of the season. Enjoy it, embrace it, love it, and good luck to you, and enjoy your month. Goodbye for now.